2 hours. So once the corpse started showing signs of not behaving normally, he was out. Dark as that is. The third and the fourth murders of the 5 canonical Jack the Ripper victims were done on the same night, and they seem to be trying to be pinned on Jewish people for whatever reason. There's an interesting thing you should look up if you're not familiar with it, called the Gulston Street Graffito, which was written on a wall and above the apron of one of the victims. And in chalk, the man we think of as Jack the Ripper wrote, "The Jews are the men who will not be blamed for nothing," which is not an English grammatical pattern, and he wrote Jews in a way that no English speaker would spell it. And he wrote it in chalk, and Degas was a pastel artist who would likely have carried chalk on him at all times. Further, Edgar Degas was a notorious anti-Semite. He hated Jewish people, and that would become eminently clear only a few years later during the Dreyfus affairs, where he loudly and proudly spoke out against the... Yes, he was a bad guy in general. Also, Degas' obsession with painting ballerinas and women who were not watching, and his weird voyeurism in his subject matters, is not surprising if you compare it to Jack the Ripper's MO, because Jack the Ripper targeted women and thought very little of them. Look at Degas' art. He's painting ballerinas. Ballerinas were very commonly prostitutes. And the way that he painted them, with the dark shadows in the background of the men trying to arrange a tryst with them later that night. Look at how many of his paintings are all about that woman's body and have no face. Look at all of his pastels, where the darkest line on the woman is the line cut across her neck of a ribbon tied around there. Look at his technical masterpiece of a work which is called Interior, but is colloquially known amongst art historians as Le Viol, which means the rape. Jack the Ripper did not SA his women. He just killed them. He had no interest in them in that way, and neither did Edgar Degas. He wanted to know their inner workings. He did not like them. But other than that, he had no interest in them. And those are the thoughts that I cannot get out of my head. Did this artist get away with murder? Did he steal organs? Did he perhaps put them in his wax sculptures? Wax, the medium often used to preserve organs at the time. And we've x-rayed some of them and found that they contain organic material. Do the pretty paintings of ballerinas that hang in little girls' rooms to this day, were they painted by a murderer?